Here's the tricky part that E-Trailer doesn't show you on their videos. They say kind of duplicate on this side what you did on this side. There's something else involved in here that they don't show you. You have to kind of fight with it, and it's not as easy. Of course, I want to make it look easy on their videos, but there's a little trick over here. All right, let me see here. Where is it? All right, I've been putting this job off every which way I can. That's the trailer hitch for the Fiesta. I have to keep, I gotta keep moving forward with these projects. Got leftover stuff here. I need to clean this mess up. That's a brake job from the Fiesta. All this stuff goes in the van. I just hate, sometimes I hate breaking out any more jobs before I get other jobs complete. But the van's not going to be here for a bit yet, so I just gotta deal with the mess. So I'm gonna turn the car around. I want the back end back here, probably jack it up a little bit, and have better access to the underneath the back side, and get this hitch on. I have to get this tractor put away. The thing is, we got thunderstorms moving back in this evening, and for the next couple of days. So if I don't do it now, it shouldn't take an hour to do. So if I don't do it today, it's just gonna sit there undone for another handful of days. I just gotta do this. Somewhere here I got some car ramps. I think they're hiding underneath the Dodge up under there. I'll have to drag them out. The old Dodge pickup. Yeah, it's become my workbench at times, and I just don't like when it's like this. Ah, yes, there they are. Oh boy. All right, let me see if I can get these things out of here and outside. Okay, they're there. I just gotta back up on them. Does look straight enough to you? Huh? Well, let's see if I can get it up on there without going too far and running off the back sides of them. Okay, you have to tell me when to stop, okay? I can't see them real good. Actually, I can. Whoa, right there. All right, that's like perfect. That is like perfect. All right, those are oldies. Those are oldies but goodies. Okay. There's been a lot bigger stuff on those than the Fiesta. This should be a pretty easy job. I got this off of Amazon, but it was through E-Trailer's Amazon store. So they have hitches and accessories for, you name it. If anybody's got it, it's E-Trailer. So yes, so if you actually go to their website, you find out they have all the lookups for different vehicles and stuff. But they have a Amazon store too, so it's from E-Trailer through their Amazon store. Now it's mine. All right. So all the hardware is supposed to be included. I know I had it out once checking it out. Oh, here it is. All right. All that stuff is included. Supposed to be a fish wire for feeding. There it is. For feeding through. There's a little tricky thing about getting the bolts and them carriage bolt plate things up in the body of it. We'll get to that. And there it is. All right. Now what to do with all these things? I have to get a knife or fork and poke all these air bubble things. Plenty of them. Then I'll break this box down and I'll use it for something to lay on. I was using my head, right? All right. And we'll get under there. Almost done. All right, now that'll all fit in a little shopping bag, and easier to get rid of. But I just noticed installation time, 30 minutes. Well, we'll see about that. Maybe if you have a lift, you know, a professional garage, you know, and air tools and stuff. Actually, I have air tools, but I don't think it's gonna take me much longer than that. Somewhere in here too, I think they list the torque specification. I was just cleaning up a little bit from the brake job, giving myself a little bit of room to work here. I am gonna need this pry bar, and I'm gonna need my torque wrench too, because these need torque to a certain spec. Torque wrench was already out because I did the brake job and torqued all my lug nuts to the proper torqueness. I'm kind of big on using torque wrenches on critical things. And we'll keep a hammer around just in case. You know, you never know when you're just gonna need a hammer. Let's see, and a utility knife to. Heck, that's gonna work out pretty nice. It's folded in half. I'm gonna hang on to that piece of cardboard because it will come in handy when I climb underneath that thing to take the transmission out of it. So where were we? We're gonna need some WD-40 and the pry bar and a strap. One of these straps hiding back here. One of these. Okay. All right. Here's the tricky part. I gotta let this muffler down a little bit, but it's not even, you know, it's just on these rubber hangers. I just gotta pop those off. There's one there, and then there's one up in the front side up here. And oh, look at that. Oh, my muffler. Wow, for being a 2016. No, it is a Pennsylvania car. It's probably seen some salt. Well, we're not gonna worry about that now. That's not bad for Pennsylvania. Heck, we'll run that for quite a while. The thing is, this has to be lowered a little bit because the way the hitch is, it goes up and over, and bolts up in these things up here. So, and I've seen some models that says it requires that this heat shield has to be trimmed to allow for that. In some models it doesn't, so I'm not sure yet about mine. If believe me, if it goes up in there without trimming it, I'm not gonna. It's pretty flexible too. If it's just a means of a little bit, I could do some bending. It's very, very thin stuff. We're gonna see what it looks like. Let me get the WD-40 here just to ease these things, these rubber things. We're gonna, so that comes out of there just a little easier. And you pull that pin out of that rubber hole there. A little bit of lubrication can make that happen easier. I'll go up and do the front one too. Now there it is. There it is. I want to get WD-40 on my camera. Okay. Come on. There we go. Now the reason I have this strap down here, there's actually some other videos. Believe it or not, this isn't the first video of putting a hitch on a Ford Fiesta. Okay. The one guy just plop the thing down and just left all that pressure just hang on whatever point up there it would hang from. The other guy, I kind of like what he did. He put a strap across there and only let it down so far, and not any further than anybody really needed to. I kind of like that. Let the weight hang on the strap, not it hanging down real far and putting stress on, you know, out there somewhere. So that's the reason for the strap. It's some slack there, and when it comes down, we gotta loosen it up and let it down a little bit more if we can, but we have control of that with this. We can control that with this. I just want to take a look while we're down here. I did get this popped off, and we're sitting on a strap now. Should be hopefully it's far enough. But while I'm down here, just kind of looking around. Yeah, the rest of the car looks pretty clean underneath. Yeah, being in Pennsylvania now, it's 2016. 23 minutes at 4, 5, 6, 7 years old up here in the salt. It's doing pretty well, actually. I don't think it might not have been a daily driver out in the salt all winter long, you know, Monday through Friday, that sort of thing. Looks pretty clean with the exception of that muffler. I wonder if these are known to go out. Maybe These are just known to collect moisture, condensation in them or something. Kind of on the inside side of this too, but like I said, we're gonna run it. All right, now what? All right, I'm probably not gonna show this part here, right? Maybe. I kind of dry fitted it. I got it up there. I needed both hands, so I kind of left the camera just laying. Yeah, it's hanging out on this side, but so I held it up there, and I don't see any reason. It seems like it fits okay. The holes lined up where they needed to. What's these? I slid it up out of the way for now, but they were back here, and the holes all lined up, and it didn't seem like there's any real interference with the seat shield. So I'm gonna try to put it on without the. I just don't see the need to have to trim it. Like I say, it said some models yay, some models nay. So there's the fun part. You gotta fish this thing. These fish, they call them fish somethings, I don't know. You gotta fish it through it, and here it is. Then you gotta put the plate, and put the bolt on it, and pull it through, and down out of that one, and it's tricky business. I don't know how this is gonna work. Seems I could just go and put this piece on, and then screw this into the threaded spring thing, like so, and then grab the other end. I'm just gonna stuff this all up in here. Stuff the plate one first. Oops. Can we do that? How's this supposed to get up in there? Huh? How's this gonna work? Oh, like that? Oh, look, it fell. When it flung up there, it just magically flew up the wire and ended up there. I'm gonna get this piece in. Hang on. Let's go. Get it in there. Get started. Get in there. Wow. Whoa! Watch out, we almost hit the head with that thing. Why want to go up in there? Ooh, there it goes. And then, where's the magic? Where's the magic happen? Oh, look at that. Okay, so I don't think I want to take that wire. I don't think I'm going to take this wire off at this point. Maybe that's why they provide two of them. You can put one side up at a time. Because if I take that wire off, kind of monkeying around, put the hitch up here. If I happen to push one back through, it's like, oh, whoops. Now how do I get it back out, right? So we're gonna get the other one over here, and one thing at a time here. All right. I guess the big reason for that was that this hole's slightly bigger. That's why you got to go through from that side. That hole's smaller, so it just wouldn't work. So this one we just, it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to do that. We put the nut up in first, or the bolt, and then this piece. Now, if I don't have an extra set of hands right now, so, you know, all the other videos showed, yeah, it's up on a lift. You have to, you know, when I get to this point, when all these things are in on both sides, you know, the other guy steps in and gives him a hand. So I'm gonna have to probably try to get this side up and prop it up with something, and then work on the other side. Wait, did I do this right? Okay, I did. All right. So now I'll put these through the hitch holes, and at least till I get it up there and propped, I don't have to worry about losing them up there. Once this is up and propped in place, then I can carefully remove these and put the nut on. Okay. Hey boy. This would be so much easier if this was like open frame, you know, like a truck frame. It's a C channel. It goes over, up, and then back over, but the one side's open. You know, but that's not the way these cars are made. Here's the tricky part that E-Trailer doesn't show you on their videos. They say kind of duplicate on this side what you did on this side. There's something else involved in here that they don't show you. You have to kind of fight with it, and it's not as easy. Of course, I want to make it look easy on their videos, but there's a little trick over here. Because of this one hanger for the muffler, that this has to go up over. You can't really put those bolts in there, okay, and expect to slide this in over top of this, okay, because the bolts will be hanging down out of the way. So you can't have the bolts in it and slide this in, and you can't slide in from the end either. You have to get it up over this. But now that big holes is not exposed, that we put those that other hardware up in. But there is, so you got to get the thing up in place above this thing, and then you got to come back, and there is another hole up here, kind of hiding. So so what do we got to do? Backwards fish that is what they call that when you put the thing. How's this gonna work? What I gotta do? Feed it through and pull it back through that way, like I did the first one on the other side. Let me figure this out. All right, here's the trick to this: is you don't want to put that one in first because it'll kind of be in the way. So we'll do this back one first. Oops, I have my wire going up through that hole, and it goes up. We go past this one, up into this last oversized one. Oops, it almost fell through. Stay out here. So I'm gonna put my hardware on there and pull it back through there to the first hole, and then get the other wire, and then pull the other one back through that hole. All right, hang on. Let me get to that point. I'll show you. All right, it's the bolt screwed onto the wire thing there, and the reason this is a little bit trickier is, like you've seen, the first hole is tricky, kind of getting this stuff up in here. This one's kind of actually almost half. Actually, it's going up in there easy. Because, well, it's still hanging down a little bit too. So there's room. Put the plate up in there. Put the bolt up in there. Come on. Come on. Go. See, I need a little bit more finger room. See, this is kind of in the way. Why don't I just pull on a wire, right? Well, it'd have to go through that hole. You have to kind of slightly try to make it go sideways a little bit. Come on. I did not think that was going to go. I struggled and struggled because there's another piece of metal up in there that wouldn't let the bolt kick sideways to finish going up the rest of the way in it. But I monkeyed with it long enough. I thought if I have to, I'll make that hole a little bit bigger on it. That's not going to do anything. We just need these holes to be okay. But I messed with it long enough. There is actually a way that it finally did drop up in. But boy, was that a hassle. No wonder they didn't video that. So I got this one through. I'm going to do the same one and get this other one through. Now that is funny. This other one, it found hit the hole just right the very first time. It just went plunk up in there. So I had that wire fished out, put the plate and the screw on it, pulled it, put them up in there, pulled it through, like say this wire is going to come down through the first hole, this wire is going to come down through the second hole. Yeah, this is the easy part because get it the rest of the way. That famous last word, right? All right, it's through. I just got to push the hitch up that and hold it a little bit while the nuts on it. So let me get that much further. That's it. The nuts are on. Now I'm gonna get an air tool or a rechargeable tool and package, run them up, torque them. We're kind of home free here. Here's my helpers. Okay, that's my extra set of hands. 6x8, a piece of oak, roughly a 4x4, another 4x4, and a 2x3. So it's kind of help me balance things. Did it with one set of hands. All right, no sense of getting out air tools when I have this beast here. We'll zing them up real quick. Okay, there's some pretty cheap ones out there, but this ain't one of them. This is right next to the wall. It's really powerful. You don't want to, depending on the tool you have, you don't want to overdo it. You want to finish it up with a torque wrench. Just give it a little love there. Get the other side. All right. All right, where is it? Install time 30 minutes. We're a little over that. We're probably right on about the hour mark. Had some struggling to do. Difficulty level, moderate. Yeah, model Fiesta, including the ST models. Hatchback, yep. 2011 the CURT, Ford, Fiesta, hatchback. Hey, there's my car. Where is the torque specification? This is supposed to be on here somewhere. Torque all 7/16 hardware for 59 foot-pounds. And then raise, yeah, those are 7/16 14 carriage bolts. Okay, fish wire. Yeah, they call it the fish wire technique. All right, 59 pounds. Really? Can we just call it 60 and be done? All right, we're set on 100. These are 25-pound increments, or half a revs. If it's 100, that's 75, 65, 60. Next year would be 50, 60 pounds. All right, you want to be fussy? We'll put it on your dang 59 pounds. Okay. Now, lock that down. All right, we're gonna torque that using a nice extension there. And before you say it, don't say it. It's not true. It's an old, I don't know where that came from. It's one of them things that somebody said it, and by golly, so many people jumped in and said, oh, it must be true. That you lose because an extension flexes, that you lose torque. Sorry, disproven. That is not true. You can pick that on any torque wrench calibration tool. Check it without it, and check it with it, and you can see. Google it. Use your own Google. Okay, that was disproven. We will get whatever we would have got, with or without it. Yeah, we're getting our 59 foot-pounds. Dang it! Don't believe everything you hear. Okay, there she pops, clicks. Ooh, we already got that one tight enough for the impact. That one might have gone a little bit over 59 pounds. But we weren't extreme on it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Not like I sat there and just, you know, ran the you-know-what out of it. All right, can you guys see up there all right? Oh, it did on that one too. 59 is really not a lot. Let's just double check that one. We're gonna be all right. Okay, we've done pretty okay here today. Okay, we had a little bit of a struggle, but all in all, it was not a bad job. And, get this shipping paper off of here. So I think the maximum is 200 pound. You know, it's a little car. It's only a Class 1 hitch. The rating is, even though the owner's manual, Ford says this car is not approved for towing. We really don't. Although, you know, I can tow one of them little motorcycle trailers. Ford just says they don't approve it. Oh, it's only 150 pound tongue weight and 1,500 pounds maximum, you know, if you had a little trailer. So yeah, it's only Class 1, so 150 pound tongue weight. By the time I put a rack on it and a bike, it's probably a third of that anyway, or half of that. So keep that in mind. I'm not gonna try anything stupid with this. All right, I'll try not to. All right, let me pop this muffler back up there and get my strap off and get it down off these ramps. Well, that wasn't bad. Lifted up, popped them back on, and did the front one too. So both hangers are up. We can just take this strap down. And, well, I think we're ready to get it down out of there. All right, there it is. There it is, our little hitch. The Fiesta's got a hitch. Now, in the last video we showed, I'm gonna show you something or two here in a minute before we check out for the day. Well, so there's a variety of bike racks that will go in this, and the thing is, somewhere I read about these hitches. It's fine if you're putting a not as far as Ford's concerned, but as far as the Hitch company is concerned, it's one thing if you put a trailer ball on it. It's another if you put some kind of cargo rack or a bike rack on it. Something's kind of hanging out and bouncing and applying, you know, weight. We'll see that stuff flexing and bouncing. They said there's some accessory that you can, I think it just straps on like either part of the rack or one of the bikes, or but do it however you gotta do it. But I think there's supposed to be some kind of like hooks and nylon straps just to take some of that tension, some of that bounce off of that. Now, I haven't called them yet. I couldn't find it on their website. I might look around a little bit more or give them a call, but something to kind of take. And I don't know where it would actually go on this. Having that thing on there might be different on a sedan, but this is a hatchback. So I want to check into that. So I don't want too much tension, even though it's below the weight limit what I intend to use it on the hitch. I just don't want to cause undue fatigue, flexing and fatigue on the body of the car. So where that's, where that hitch is mounted at. So I need to look into that a little bit yet, and I don't want to mess my little car up. All right, the other thing, talked about the coachman out there. It's needing work, right? I am not even gonna touch this. I don't want to get out any tools, anything. I might look with my eyes, get under there and kind of eyeball it, but I'm not getting out. I'm not starting a mess at all until the van is back and I can clean all this. I mean, 90% of this is all going in the van. So this stuff too. So I want this whole mess cleaned up before I even think about doing anything to the coachman. Actually, this can be cleaned up and we're gonna go for a little trip. And then I need some R&R. And then when I get back, I'll start thinking about it. Here, I meant to show you in the last video and I forgot. The front brakes on the Fiesta, they were squeaking. This is that weird wear pattern it had. This is almost, these fronts, it's very typical what you might see on a, it's very normal, not bad at all. The front sides of the rotors were both pretty dang good. All right, and that's kind of the stationary pad on the front. The back side is the piston side of the caliper, and this one, it's not bad. It's not discolored in there and everything. It has like a normal wear area. It has a tiny little ridge on the very outside and a tiny little ridge on the very inside. You can tell it was wearing. The brake pad met up with the rotor like it should. So, and these aren't bad, and they're not warped. The brakes didn't kind of do that pulsing when you come to the stop or anything. But this side, okay, the back side of it is very different. Okay, this one just has that tiniest little ridge on the inside edge. You can barely feel it with your. It's like the pad came right to the edge like it's supposed to. This has a good 1/4 inch. Where it wasn't even, the pad wasn't even wearing on. And then out here, there's a good probably half or 5/8, and comes out so far, and then it progressively gets worse. This was definitely a weird contour here and here. So I'm sure it's kind of what was causing my squeaking. This is something I didn't like that. And the pad that went on there. And these couldn't have been on here all that long. So I probably just threw some pads on it and said, oh, heck with the rotors. Maybe they were. I mean, that's pretty healthy. There's a lot of material there left there, and that's has a normal look to it. See how goes that surfaces. All right, somebody warming up. This is the one. Hang on, yeah, because these ones are probably okay. That's the other one. That one looks good, and this one looks pretty good. There's a little spot in it, but the wear across it's pretty even. So it's just this one pad, and you can see, you can kind of see that contour. It gets a little weird here, and then really drops off here. That's where it met up with this surface. And then in here, it's like that whole, when I said about a 1/4 inch. Then so something was goofy about this rotor and pad. They like to squeak when they're like that, obviously. But she's all fixed now. 2 new rotors, all new pads, all back together. And hey, where'd my car go? Okay. She's all fixed now, so I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up, and hopefully the van's back. I can get this all. We can get on with things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn the car back around, put the windows up, because it is supposed to thunderstorm later. It's supposed to move in for a while. So I'm so glad to have that job done. Both the hitch and the brakes, I can forget about the car for a while now. Let's give the van some love when it gets back, and one thing at a time. We'll check that off the list for a while, and we'll get to that Coachman later. You know, Bella is not in this video. Okay. Yet. Come on, Bella. Come on, Bella. Outside. Bella, come. You wanna go for a little ride in the car? Huh? You wanna help me turn the car around the other way? Let's go. Come on. Your side's over here. Come on. Let's get in. Come on. Stay down. Okay. Get in. Come on. Get over on this side. You stay off my seat. She don't care if it's a short ride. Just gonna be a short ride. She says that's okay. We sometimes do that. We sometimes just move the vehicles around. What? What's that? What's that? Is there bad deers? There's bad rabbits. What? What? Is there bad rabbits back there? Speak. 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 Huh? Speak. Is that all I get out of you? Is that all I'm gonna get out of you right now? Oh, nose on the lens. Okay, we'll just go for a little ride down the road, okay?